Mikey T here on Monday, October 13th. Coming off a rough weekend, other than Mikey T survives in the survivor pool. We're moving forward with the Green Bay Packers over the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a winner, far from a chicken dinner. That propels me through 6 weeks of winners, people. Going into week 7, Mikey T at the Sportsbook, Mike's Sportsbook, Michigan's premier sports betting hotline. With tips, analysis, and predictions. Through the Major League Baseball season, I was all for and 100% on the home team not getting swept 80% of the time. It proved to be true. As you know, by tuning in, you went and got a watch, you went and got a dictionary, and you keyed in on the word hotline. That's where you would call a number to get the latest up-to-date information with tips, analysis, and predictions. And Mikey T, we're hitting upwards of 65%. You've seen it. I showed it to you. Week 3, I enter that off-campus football pool, hit 13 out of 15, win the money. It isn't funny. I just ring that one up. And then I went on these streaks. Currently, I'm on a 10 paid win streak. 10 paid winners in a row. How about that? The folks out there that are calling, fading or following, hating or liking. Back to those MLB streaks. Home team not getting swept 80% of the time. I'm bringing that up and laying that down all through the season. Following the Yankees, the Tigers, obviously, the Cubs. I was on the sleeper Brewers way before All-Star break, because I was betting them. I was selling the Brewers. The buyers know I was on the Brewers. They've got pitching. They've got hitting. They're an underdog, and they fly under the radar. And now they've propelled themselves into the NLCS against the Dodgers. Brewers, Dodgers, Mariners, Blue Jays. Mariners steal game 1 in Toronto, 3-1. Mariners up in the series. Let's go, cuz. Now Tigers and Yankees are out. I'll be on the Mariners. Mariners and Brewers. Let's get it. Mariners and Brewers. Mikey T at the Sportsbook. College football, got upsets, was on the Indiana team +7 over the Oregon Ducks. We weighing that up. And then we laid it down on the Red River Showdown. Oklahoma going to Texas. We were on Texas Longhorns, people. How about the big bet of the day was the Michigan State UCLA game going under 51.5. We hit that with the under 51.5 as it laid on 51. Late night with Mikey T. Saturday night was the Utah Utes -9.5 going up against the Arizona State Sun Devils. It proves to be true with another late night winner with Mikey T. On Sunday, we hold off on early game action. We were concerned with the Green Bay pick, -14 over the Bengals, but the survivors just straight up winner. Mikey T survives and advances. NBA preseason action. Looking for them Pistons to continue what they got going on. NCAA football. We got the Indiana Hoosiers, Miami Hurricanes, Ohio State Buckeyes, Ole Miss. Let's get it with these games, people. What's happening in the big house? They're home this week against Washington. Hopefully they got something to take care of the Huskies with as the Wolverines took an ass whooping out in California this past weekend over USC. I didn't like that for Mikey T. Get to the parlor. If you're new, subscribe. You get over to the lounge. You voice chat with Mikey T about the games. Hitting upwards of 65%. We go to the city. We pick up money. We consult. We've got these interviews. You know, we've got the music going on. Sometimes I got that horn. I don't like to brag. I fly under the radar. Whether you like me or fade, foul, hate or like, I've got winners. I talk about the stuff before it happens, and then it happens. If it doesn't happen, then I throw myself under the bus, get ran over, get regroup, study, know my material. I'm not selfish, greedy. I maintain the bankroll. That's the key thing, because if you're out of bankroll, you're out of action. So the thing is to keep feeding the bankroll. Keep feeding the bankroll. And when you win, you pay yourself, people. You've got to capitalize. Sports betting's $1 billion a year industry. $1 billion. So how many zeros is that? That's 12 zeros, people. Come on. You got to put a number in front of the zero. Put an I and a T together. Mikey T, baby. I've got winners. Just listen to what they have to say, and we go from there. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Strategize. Math is part of the equation of figuring out which side to go with. Math. Nothing lasts forever. You get on these streaks. I'm on a hot streak right now. Do you think I'm going to just keep winning? Win, and that's all Mikey T does is win. All I do is bet on games and win. I've got these streaks that I put together, people. I continuously bet. I continuously study. Like my profile says, I'm a student of gambling, mathematical equations, statistical probabilities. NFL season, MLB season. I'm right here with the Final Four, Brewers, Dodgers, Mariners, Blue Jays. I'm going to have the winner of the World Series, too. NBA playoffs, by the time preseason's over and kicking into the NBA season, I'll strategize at the end of the season. I'll be right there in the conference finals with the NBA championship. Just like this college football playoff, 12-team playoff series. We're going to get right down to it, and Mikey T's going to be riding the Alabama Crimson Tide right down into the finals, hopefully, to take care of either the Miami Hurricanes or Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll see. I'll be right there, though. I'll be right there all the way, hitting upwards of 65%. NFL action. Lions, they take a whooping last night on the road at Kansas City. That was no play for Mikey T. I was concerned with Green Bay. Once I got the win, that's all I needed. I didn't need nothing else. College football treated me okay on Saturday. Playoffs, Seattle over Toronto, that's okay. We're on to the next one. No rearview mirror, remember? At the stop sign, you go right off into the bonfire or you go left up into the win column by tuning in to Mikey T at the Sportsbook, Mike's Sportsbook. They don't do it down south because there's the beaches and all the girls and the hot drinks and all that stuff. And they're not doing it out east because it's New York City and they got too much going on out there, people. They're not doing it out west because they're on the beaches as well, tasting those sun rays, waving, not involved. Up north, they're in the woods, hunting, in the bar. Right here in my lap is Mikey T at the Sportsbook, where I study. Got a dictionary. I look up words all the time. Mathematical equations, probabilities. Did you know the Yankees, New York Yankees, for your information, they finished the season 94 and 68. Of those 94 wins, they won by more than 1.5, 74 times. Just bet the Yankees minus 1.5. It's going to prove to be a winner. And if it's not the Yankees, it would be your team. Whoever your favorite team is that's winning in the divisional leader with the amount of wins that we're talking about, you bet your team minus 1.5 all the time, and at the end of the season, you're going to come up with money in your pocket. What prop bets? I told you when someone tuned in, they said, Mikey T, who do you like today? Hey, what good prop bets you got? And I said, I text back, I'm not a prop better. I like to just go game by game. That's my own little budgeting system. Game by game by game by game. Just too stressful for me. That's the only way I can handle it. One game, on to the next game, on to the next game. And then on the side of that, I might throw a couple parlays together. But my main focus is game by game. But if you're going to do prop bets and you like in juicy odds, I said follow second basemen. Second basemen, when they hit home runs, you get juicy odds. And they do it frequently. You go through the Major League Baseball at the end of the season, now the season's over, and see the second baseman's stats, the starting second baseman for every team. See what his batting average was and see what he hit for home runs. It proves that if you're following second basemen of your favorite team or the division leaders of the Major League Baseball, they're going to have juicy odds, period. That's all I'm going to comment on that. Second basemen do go yard, and when they do, you get pretty good odds. And it's not rare. It's often. Look at some of the star second basemen, their stats. Home team doesn't get swept 80% of the time. Betting a team -1.5. And prop bets for second baseman's going yard. That's the end of the Major League Baseball scenarios. Now we're on to the pro football scenarios. We need Lions. We need Steelers. My sleeper Steelers. They got to take care of the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens. Steelers looking to get out of that division. I love it. Anybody but the Chargers or the Chiefs. So that leaves Denver down there. Raiders got nothing. Denver down there. Boom. And then in the next division, the Colts. I like the Colts out of that division. And then in the Buffalo-New England division, I want to go with Josh Allen and the Bills. Then the Lions in their division. I'd be rooting for the Giants if they can get it going with Jackson Dart over Dallas and Philly and Washington. Let's go Giants. Tampa with Baker. And then down at the bottom, I got to go with the Rams and Stanford. How about a Steelers-Rams Super Bowl? Mikey T at the Sportsbook. Tips, analysis, and predictions. Tuning in. It's right in my lap. I give tips, analysis, and predictions. Talk about the games. Get my little winners. Follow me. Cha-ching.